I've been an admirer of school movies, you know, Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner and If and Peter Weir's movie, and I had seen a companion of those films, a somewhat under-known French film by a great director, but from 1935 or 36, called Merluce by Marcel Pagnol. And it had that same basic premise. I saw that 10 or 12 years ago and it never left me. I thought, you know, that's a pretty good premise for a film. But I personally didn't have the wherewithal to, I didn't have the life experience of a private school and so forth. I'm from Omaha. Nor did I have really the discipline to go research it. But a pilot came my way set in a prep school, and it was a very fine pilot. And I called up the writer and said, thank you for sending me this wonderful script. I don't want to read it. Would you consider taking on an idea of mine? And so it was, David Hemmingson. That's how David Hemmingson, the fine screenwriter, came into my life. So typically I've written my own scripts, and certainly I was involved in rewriting this one and conceiving it, but David Hemmingson really did an outstanding job writing it. That's what attracted me to it. It sounds hyperbolic, and I'm sure it is, but I just think Paul Giamatti is the greatest actor. There's nothing he can't do. From the moment I first met him, when he auditioned for Sideways for me, going on 20 years ago, I thought, this guy can make even bad dialogue work, and he can, no matter what the dialogue. I had him in Omaha for a public interview, and I said, you know, Paul Giamatti, you can really make bad dialogue work. I'll bet you could even read the phone book, like they say, read the phone book and make it compelling. And he laughed, and I leaned over and I pulled out the Omaha phone book and I handed it to him. I said, would you please just open up to a page? He started reading it and brought the house down. That's why I like Paul Giamatti. And he's just a lovely guy, brilliant guy, most well-read human I know, and a delight to work with. Well, the part was written for him. Ever since Sideways, I just thought, I can't wait to work with Paul Giamatti again. And nothing really came our way, nor did I find the right screenplay to tailor for him until this one. So David Hemmingson, the writer, and I clearly had Paul in mind while we were tailoring this, making the screenplay. He had never been in front of a camera before. He was an actor and a star in the drama department, and everybody knew that. And I still had to audition him a few times to be sure and to make sure that his skills on stage could be reined in a way, or altered, modified, whatever the word is, to become a cinema actor, a film actor. But he took to it like a duck to water. And it's the real movie from this film, I think, would be a documentary about what's going to happen to Dominic Sessa after this movie comes out. So I have noted from previous films I've made that I like to get actors with good comic chops to play dramatic characters, because then the character won't easily descend into drear. Comic actors have a sense of rhythm and can kind of keep things aloft without cheapening the emotions, on the contrary. And so I had seen Divine Joy Randolph and enjoyed her immensely in Dolomite Is My Name, which, by the way, is a fine motion picture. And so she was among the actors I met for that part, either to have a meeting or to read for it, and I just kind of fell in love with her. I hope we achieved a convincing sense of period, 1970.
待ちに待ったクリスマス休暇。帰る場所がなく、寄宿学校に残る人たちがいる。
Do you think I want to be babysitting you?
No matter what you
don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him?
孤独な魂が寄り添い合い、
You and I have this in common.
思いがけない絆を結ぶ。
You've got time to turn things around. And I was going to tell you the same thing.
ホールドオーバーズ、置いてけぼりのホリディ。